Nazi grandpa argues how any minute now, white people be extinct. This is the Nazi grandpa in question. That is not my words. That is the words of somebody from the Discord server who recommended this video. If you would like to recommend videos for me to watch, you can go to the Discord server. You can follow the link in the description below that I always leave there. Dubsy usually likes to leave a QR code on the screen if that makes it easier for you. You can leave your suggestions in the juice box, and I may or may not watch them depending on the mood I'm in. Right now, I'm in the mood for making fun of this pale old motherfucker. I have no idea what his opinions are, except the title is White People in Britain Will Be the Minority Within 40 Years at Most. And this doesn't strike me, like I always try to give people a chance, man, but this does not strike me as the best first impression. So let's see what this old coot has to say about the danger facing white people in Britain.
Hello again.
Hello.
It will perhaps surprise nobody to learn that a new piece of research...
Okay. Listen, this is expert mode for not commenting on people's appearance, man. What the f? Okay, you guys know I really do try not to comment on people's appearance, unless they comment on mine first. Like, what? Like, okay, dude. Okay, if you're going to become the minority, that's probably a good thing, genetically speaking. Let's be real. That's all I'm saying.
Carried out at Buckingham University.
Buckingham!
Indicates that within 40 years, white people will be a minority in Britain. Even more chilling is the prediction based on...
Wait, how is that chilling? We're just, like, assuming that that's chilling? Even more chilling? Like, why is that chilling? Well, how does that affect me? Okay, if it's so chilling, right? Here's my thing. If it's so chilling, bruv, to be the minority, think about the people who currently are the minority. What about them? Is it chilling for them? Like, come on. Do you not see the hypocrisy here, man? I'm not anti-white, but what would be bad about people not being white any longer? What's the harm in the world turning a homogenous light brown? That's eventually what's going to happen, and that's what these people are afraid of. So what they're trying to get across is, he looks like he lives next door to Wallace and Gromit. Wait, do they actually have a neighbor that looks like him? Mr. Dibber! Oh my god, that's crazy. We found Mr. Dibber. They even have the same pose right now. I made a joke and it's real. You didn't even mean to do this? That was just a wild guess? Thumbnail idea? If you can make a thumbnail with Mr. Dibber, I'd definitely use it. Your thumbnail game is on point.
On current trends for the situation...
Only if you want to, though.
...turn of the century, which is that...
I would pay you for it, of course.
By that time, 2/3 of people in this country will either not have been born here or will have at least one immigrant parent.
So what?
Muslims will by that time make up 1/5 of the population.
Okay.
I give a link to this research, which was published a few days ago, in the description to this video.
You're right, they shouldn't be Muslim. We should convert them to atheism. Or rather, deprogram them from religion. You're right. No more Muslims, but also no more Christians and no more Jews. Or no more Hindus or anything else. They're all atheists now. Good point.
I'm not going to waste time arguing whether this would be a good thing or a bad one.
But you just said it's chilling! What do you mean waste time arguing? Dude, you're already arguing that it's going to be bad. Implicitly. Not even implicit. You literally said even more chilling. God, what is it that I hate, guys? You remember? Pop quiz class. What is it that Alec Gunter hates more than anything else? It's when you're a spineless piece of shit that does not stand by the things that you believe. Okay? If you're going to be a white nationalist, just be a white nationalist. I still hate your guts, okay? But at least you're honest. It's the dishonesty. The dishonesty and the gesturing at centrism and logic and reason and being like seeing both sides, etc. Like, you're a pussy. You are a pussy. Just say that you hate brown people, okay? I will literally respect that more than actually hating brown people but being too afraid to say it.
It is that we all know that
just say it.
Is a thing. That this is the state of affairs towards which we are currently racing at breakneck speed.
I'm just pointing out the reality, according to this guy.
We know, too, from many opinion polls and surveys, that this situation is not one which is welcomed by the great majority of British citizens. Despite this, the two...
Miscegenation was... 94% of Americans were against miscegenation in the 1940s. Oh, well, I guess that, like, you know... interracial marriage shouldn't have ever happened because in the 1940s, so many Americans were against it. Including black people, mind you. Okay? People of color weren't innocent either in that. But at least the people of color were like, yeah, why the f*** would I want to marry somebody who owned me like a century ago? At least I can understand it from that perspective.
Two main political parties in this country, the Labour Party and the Conservatives, are seemingly working hand in glove towards that end. We cannot therefore rely upon either of those parties to take practical steps to prevent this prediction from becoming reality.
So who's this guy? Good question. I usually do a little bit of, he's got 247,000 subscribers. Dude, I try too hard. I try too hard. I got a good-ass camera, a microphone. I just ordered, I'm about to download more RAM, okay? Like, are you kidding me with this? Who watches him? History debunked? This shit sucks. The lighting's not even good. Get a lamp, man. Christ. You look like you haven't seen the sun in centuries. I thought vampires had sharp teeth, not these two blunt square ones in the front. I'm sorry. I had to.
That being so, then an unhappy choice lies before us. In fact, there are two choices. The first of these is to ask whether or not we, the majority of British people, prepared to sit back and wait until we have been reduced to a minority in our own country. Whether we are content to watch the rise of militant Islam combined with the continued importation of millions of foreigners.
Where's the military? Where are the troops? Oh, they're invading? Where are the troops at? Where's the gunmen? Where are the people barging down the doors? Like what's the name of the organized militia that is taking over the British nation? The great land of Britland, bruv. God save the Queen. Except apparently he didn't, because she's dead now. So, like, it's easier to be a lying, spineless piece of shit than it is to be honest about what you believe in. Oh, I know. I was one. I got better. How do I not have hundreds of thousands of subs and Alec isn't PewDiePie sub-wise? It's a shame this content gets you this many subs. It's gotta be botted, right? Like, he doesn't even get that many views for how many subs he has. Don't get me wrong, it's about equivalent. No, I'd say on average it's more than what I get. I'll be blunt about it. But like, for this many subscribers, you'd think it'd be at least like 50K per. How immigration has shaped modern Britain, but not necessarily for the better. Good stuff. For all too many people, history consists of no more than a set of familiar and well-worn stories, such as the incompetence of First World War British generals, the heroic struggle of the suffragettes, and the saintly devotion to duty of Florence Nightingale. We seldom stop to ask ourselves if Florence Nightingale actually saved any. Wait, Florence Nightingale was like the mother of nursing. Hold on, I need to refresh. English social reformer, statistician, and the founder of modern nursing. She came to prominence while serving as a manager and trainer of nurses during the Crimean War, in which she organized care for wounded soldiers at Constantinople. She significantly reduced death rates by improving hygiene and living standards. Nightingale gave nursing a favorable reputation and became an icon of Victorian culture, especially in the persona of the lady with the lamp making rounds of wounded soldiers at night. I mean, it just sounds like she's an all-around good person. I'm sure she had issues. Nobody's perfect. But like, what's your deal with her? What's your... We seldom stop to ask ourselves if Florence Nightingale actually saved any lives or whether the suffragettes hindered or helped women to gain the vote. What do you mean if she actually saved lives? She improved hygiene. It's like, oh, you tell one guy to wash his hands, you probably just stopped somebody from getting sepsis. Sounds like ChatGPT. Dog, he looks like he doesn't even know how to use a phone, let alone ChatGPT. I believe it, but like, it does, you're not wrong, it does kind of sound like it. But like, he's so old that I don't know.
Primarily from Africa and Asia. If people answer to this question that they welcome this development, then there is, of course, no more to be said.
Yeah, primarily from Africa and Asia, by the way. Like, let's talk about that. What about immigrants that come from other countries, like the white ones? Oh, those are fine. They're not British. The only difference, the only meaningful difference is the skin color and, like, sure, aspects of their culture. But, you know, the only significant part of the culture, like, the point is that their culture's different, right? Like, Spanish people have different cultures than British people. But I'm sure he wouldn't be pissed off if, like, a Spanish person moved to Britbongerland. Because he's white. More than likely. Obviously, there are non-white Spaniards. But, like, if you are ethnically Spanish, usually you are white. Considered white, I should say. So he wouldn't have any problem with that. It's literally when it's from Africa, Asia, or one of the disgusting brown Middle Eastern countries, according to these people.
Such people are traitors, quislings, and fifth columnists.
A roach. I wouldn't even call him a roach. If any, he's a Maybe a snow roach, sure. But I feel weird saying that. I feel like you got to be black to call people snow roaches. Uh, maybe I don't know. He's just like so white that he's gray. I never seen somebody be so white that they just like they go full circle and go back around to being gray. It's crazy.
I regard them as my enemies. The second question is whether we are confident that the situation can be substantially changed by political means.
He's bald like you. He is not bald like me. He's bald, but he's not bald. Nothing about him is like me. Nothing.
Acting within the law, or if another means must be found to alter the course of history. This is a difficult one to answer.
So wait, you're asking if you should do vigilante justice on people who did nothing wrong to you? What the is wrong? How old is he? Well, how much time we got before he's gone? Like, can we start the timer, please? Like, come on. The sooner the better. Let's wrap this up. This man's like, he's got to be pushing 80. Come on.
I think that most of us agree that both Labour and the Conservative parties have proved quite useless over the course of the last quarter century. Not only in dealing with immigration, of course, but with practically everything else. For 11 years of this century, we have been governed by the Labour Party, for 9 years by the Conservatives, and for 5 years by a coalition of the Conservative and Liberal parties.
Is he using an Xbox mic as a microphone? It's something shitty. Like, just get a blue Yeti, dude. You don't got to get an 800 mic like I did. All right, just get a blue Yeti. They're like $150.
All three big political parties are accordingly complicit in the state of affairs in which we now find ourselves.
What state of affairs? You look like you're doing fine, man.
They will behave any differently in the future.
Your walls are a bit bare, okay? I wouldn't have picked that color for the wall. Like, you look like you could use some help with your decor. Is this man married? There's no way, right? Like, this man's been an incel before being an incel was even a thing. He's like the proto-incel. He's a wizard. Oh, they call them wizards, right? He's a wizard. Gotta be.
Which means that if we wish to see this business tackled, then we must look elsewhere, not depend on the familiar parties which we have all grown up with.
Such as?
Many people are pinning their hopes on Nigel Farage and the Reform Party.
Nigel Farage. Nigel Paul Farage, born 3rd of April, 1964. British politician, journalist, presenter, broadcaster. He's been a member of parliament, blah, 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 leader of the UK Independence Party. What has he done? Prominent Eurosceptic since the early 19... What's a Eurosceptic? Euroscepticism. Continuum of belief ranging from the opposition to certain political parties of the European Union to the complete opposition to the UK's membership of the European Union. It has been a significant element in the politics of the United Kingdom. So he's anti-European Union. I don't know very much about the European Union, but that sounds like bad. I'm not the best person to be covering that aspect of this. Sorry. We'd have to like deep dive into what here. Just give me supranational political and economic union of 27 member states that are located primarily in Europe. Yeah. So like, I just don't understand what the problem with the European Union is, or why you'd be against it. Paved the way to establishing member states in those matters and only those matters where the states have agreed to act as one. Like, I don't know. The more like united we are, the better, right? Like, if anything, I'd like a sort of a New World Order, if you will. I think that would be cool. Have we done that? Has anybody done that yet? I think it would be called the New World Order. I think I just came up with that. I mean, it sounds cool, right? Like, nobody would be against that, right? Anyway, isn't that the racist dude Sargon of Akkad was a fan of? I mean, if Sargon is a fan of him, then yeah, he's probably racist as shit. Co-founded the Brexit Party, very nice. British white right-wing populism. Let's skip down to his stances. Brexit. I don't know much about Brexit. I know that it's exiting the European Union and it was not good for them, but that's all I know. My foreign policy leaves much to be desired. I apologize. Support for Donald Trump. After Trump was found unanimously guilty by a jury on 34 counts of falsifying business records to commit election fraud, Farage said in an interview with Sky News that he supports Trump more than ever. Good stuff. Broadcasting career on Fox News. Let's see, personal life. Couts account. His account with the private bank Couts was to be closed. I don't know anything about this. Awards. There's nothing about like his political stances. Let's just see what he has to say about him.
I shouldn't think that they could be any worse than what we have seen since the turn of the century. And so it is to be welcome that they are currently riding high in the opinion polls. But whether that will actually equate to real change is open to question.
Yeah, so we should go just kill them, right?
Seeing a reform government might well be a good beginning, but probably not a full solution to the challenge which we face, which leads us inevitably to the final possibility that we resort to
The final solution,
extrajudicial
if you will.
means to prevent what at the moment seems
It's
inevitable.
called vigilantism. Just call it vigilantism. You want to commit crimes, okay? You want to be a thug and go door to door excommunicating brown people from your precious porcelain society. Okay, I get it. I get it. F you, man. Like I said, like, just get old and die. Just get old and die. Like the rest of us will as well. Most of us. Get old and die. Like, the faster the better. Like, chop. Let's get on with it.
Inevitable. Such a
There's no
decision
saving him.
to engage in what must inevitably end in an insurrection or civil war is one which I do not believe
Civil war?
anybody.
Oh, will you be on the front lines? Probably not, right? I'm sure that this guy will be the first one marching to the front with his, his one-shot, what are they called? The muskets? The one-shot muskets that he's got to, with his big, giant soup can hat, fuzzy soup can hat, like the British have. Sipping on the most bland tea that you've ever tasted and some unsalted crackers because if there's even a lick of salt on it, he will instantaneously have a heart attack and die, right? Like you're not going to be on the front lines, man. Shut up.
Watching this
Civil
video
War.
would welcome. It is the fact, though, that there are people actively considering this terrible step. We must all hope that nobody will be driven to it. Time is certainly
must hope.
running out, but
We
there
must
is
hope.
yet hope that matters may.
Yeah, we can't say for sure that the government will help us. We can't say for sure that we can do this legally. So we can only hope that there won't be bad actors out there. Stares at viewer, right? We can certainly hope that there won't be, people perhaps watching this. Like literally just the most thinly veiled incitement to violence. Insane work, brother. F you.
May be tackled peacefully and by a strong, duly elected government which
There's
takes
no
the bull by
peacefully
the
tackling
horns and
this.
declares that rather than
You know why there's no peacefully tackling this and creating an ethno-state? There's no such thing as peacefully creating an ethno-state. Because by default, let's assume the best and that you already have an ethno-state, okay? The way that you got it is probably pretty f***ed up, but let's just ignore that part. Let's say that you have one. In order to maintain that, you have to restrict people's freedom of movement, okay? And in many instances, that can be considered violence. That's best case, mind you. Creating an ethno-state is certainly not, it can't be non-violent. And I know that you would, push back and be like, oh, well, I'm not arguing for an ethno-state, bruv. I didn't say that. I know you didn't say that. You didn't say anything, okay? You're gesturing at all this bullshit because you hate brown people. And you're too bitch to say it. You're too pussy to say it. Just say you hate brown people. Just say it. I'm so tired of you slimy worms not just saying what the you mean. Just say it. Own it.
fooling around with net zero carbon, we shall instead focus on net zero immigration.
Oh yeah,
Unless this
because it's the immigrants that have made Ohio 100+ degrees and giving people sunburn within 15 seconds of walking out the door, right? And forcing people to choke on unclean air. Like that, yeah, that's the immigrants' fault.
this is done, and to quote a politician,
These people are
who once gave a
anti-human.
famous speech in 1968, as I look ahead, I am filled with foreboding. Like the Roman, I seem to see the Tiber foaming with much blood.
Let's look at this quote. In a biography of the politician Enoch Powell, The Life of Enoch Powell. It is a biography of the politician Enoch Powell, a British politician, scholar, and writer, Conservative Party, very good. Oh, he endorsed a vote for the Labour Party. Whatever. I don't really care about him anyway. That's how you end your video? 10 seconds of staring down? Dog, get an editor. I know you can afford it. Get an editor, get some lights, get a better camera, get a better microphone. Dress yourself up. You're like wearing a fucking tarp, dude. What is this drip? My man's got 1400s peasant drip on. Like, come on. What are you about to go lick the king's feet? Oh, I know you are. You peasant. Lick. Go ahead. Go lick your king's feet, okay? Leave the rest of us civilized people alone. Go lick your king's feet, you know, talk to him about how much you hate brown people in your country, but both of you should just leave the rest of civilized society alone. Like, you want to know who the real savages are, okay? This is it right here. You see a guy like this? Immediate red flag, okay? Like, just, like, ontologically evil people. Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.